Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Andrew.
And welcome to
Cooking Stage Left,
the show where Andrew and I teach each other and everyone watching how to make something delicious. So what are we making this episode?
Okay, we are making a sour cream chocolate ganache. We talked about this a few episodes ago, and then we're like, let's just make it. It's a sour cream chocolate ganache, which we're going to make, and you can do a dozen things with that, but we're actually going to make truffles with it. So we're going to make it, we're going to chill it, we're going to roll it, and then we're going to eat it. So sour cream chocolate ganache and truffles.
Woo.
Here we go. Curtains up, burners on. Okay, so let's go through our ingredient list for our sour cream chocolate ganache and truffles. And again, it's another one that there are so few ingredients and it's so simple. It's a cheat. It's totally a cheat. But that's what we do. So first thing is we're using dark chocolate chips. And I suggest really getting a darker chocolate chip. Like, I think this is, a 63% cacao. Get something dark, because our other main ingredient is sour cream. And some folks, I've read some recipe reviews on this recipe, and some folks think that the sour cream sort of overpowers the chocolate.
Oh.
And I think you really need a dark chocolate to sort of stand up to the sour cream. If you use a milk chocolate, definitely it would not work. Vanilla extract, just a touch of that. And then since we're going to be making them into truffles, things to roll the truffles in. So we have some cocoa powder, and some little just sprinkles, party sprinkles. But you can also use powdered sugar or anything like that, or more ganache to dip them in. So any of that type stuff. So super simple ingredients. Again, really chocolate chips, sour cream, and vanilla are the main ingredients. So we'll be back in just a minute to make them.
Yay! Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Steve.
Okay, so we are ready to start making our ganache, and you can already see our special effects. We have the steam going here because we've created a double boiler here, and what a double boiler is basically a metal or glass bowl over top of some simmering water. And you don't want the boiling water to touch the bottom of the bowl. You want it a little bit below, so we've got about an inch of air in between there. And you want to do this anytime you melt chocolate, because you don't want your chocolate to burn. You don't put it directly in your pan. You put it into a double boiler. We were discussing earlier, you can buy double boilers, but it's easy just with stuff around your house to make a double boiler.
Yeah.
So again, super simple ingredients. Throw in our chocolate chips. It's about 12 ounces. Just drop them in.
The whole bag?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Great.
Truffle party.
Yeah.
And then before, we're going to begin to stir this once it starts melting, but I generally just sort of watch it, and you'll start to see some of the chocolate chips begin to melt on the outside, and once that happens, we can use our spatula to begin stirring that a little bit.
Great.
But we'll just wait out the chocolate right now and let it sort of do its thing. And then once it does, we'll begin adding our sour cream to make our ganache, and that's basically it. So just waiting for some chocolate, and then we're going to do some stirring. Cue dance music.
Oh, there we go.
A little bit starting to go. Yeah.
A little bit of melting. Oh, yeah, there we go.
And another thing you want to be careful of is that you don't want to get moisture into your chocolate. That will cause it to seize up, is what they say, and then it won't melt anymore.
Oh.
So, it's kind of like, you see the steam that we've got going here. It's not like we're going to get water into the chocolate, but make sure you start with a dry bowl, things like that. And you see once it gets going, then it really starts to...
Yeah, it's
suddenly it's like, boom, melt, I melted.
They call it seizing up?
Seizing up. Your chocolate can seize if it gets moisture into it, or if it gets too hot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How are we doing?
I think we're doing okay.
All right.
Yeah. Maybe we'll turn it down just a little bit.
Sure.
I'm seeing that It is boiling away under there, and you really just want it sort of like a joyful simmer, not really like a rolling boil.
Gotcha.
Those are technical terms again. I need so much here.
I like joyful simmer.
Joyful simmer.
I like
Joyful
that.
simmer.
Yeah.
Sounds like a third grade teacher. Joyful simmer.
Or like another name of a band.
Another band name.
Yeah. But that one plays like standards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like maybe a brass band or something.
Yeah.
You need to go swing dancing.
The old 40s covers. And
Exactly. Ooh, that's looking lovely.
Isn't it though?
Yeah. So smooth and shiny.
Beauteous, beautiful.
Yeah.
Now I think we can turn off our boiler.
Okay.
Turn off our double boiler there.
Great.
And
move it off the heat.
Yeah, move it off the heat.
Great.
And then maybe we'll put this right over here and
Okay.
put the bowl on the towel.
Oh, okay, great.
So that will again eliminate having some of the moisture on there, and will help it from not moving around too much.
There we go. Perfect.
And now we're going to begin to add some of our sour cream.
Okay.
And we're going to, so as I add the sour cream, you can mix.
Okay, great.
And you can do it with, like, you can start with that and, like, then whisk it in or whichever.
Okay.
We're going to do a couple dollops of sour cream and begin to mix it in.
Great.
You're sort of going for 12 ounces, you're probably going for like a cup of sour cream altogether. And then I'm also going to do a dollop of vanilla extract. If you have to do a measurement, we'll say it's about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. That will balance those colors.
Ooh, you can smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me actually do the whisk here.
And you'll see the ganache goes through a couple stages. It's going to right now look kind of ugly. It's got that sort of like, what are you doing? We don't go together. And then it looks sort of like, you see how it's almost looking like it wants to be gritty, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do a little bit more sour cream. And what you want to do is you want to mix it through these stages. That's perfectly natural. You want to mix it through those stages. And then you know it's hit when it gets glossy. It'll get really sort of like shiny, glossy, and look beautiful. Here, let me hold that for you. And so yeah, just give it a good vigorous stir.
It's not hot anymore.
Now, a traditional ganache, you would make in the sort of the opposite kind of format. You would actually heat up some cream, and you get your cream hot, and then you put your chocolate into that, and you stir. That's a little bit, honestly, I feel like that one's a little bit more tricky. It's a little more difficult.
Yeah.
Because you can burn your cream. You can sort of
Sure.
like, you can, if you don't get the right chocolate ratio. This one is really kind of easy to eyeball. Again, bag of chocolate chips, and then just like dollop in maybe a cup and a half of the sour cream. So we're in the glossy stage there. It's looking pretty shiny.
We're looking pretty shiny.
Yeah, and you can see the difference of how it changed a little bit, right?
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah. So that's it. That's ganache. That's it. We just made ganache. So what's ganache? What do we do with it? So ganache, you can use it to coat things. Like you can use it to like coat cookies and stuff like that, and then you chill it, and it has this rich flavor to it.
Yeah.
You can put it like in the center of cakes. Also, if you took this and then whipped it, like you let it cool down a little bit, and you whip it, it makes a frosting. It makes a really good like chocolate frosting that's really rich and delicious, right?
Oh, that sounds amazing.
The amount that we made here doesn't look like a lot, but it will frost like a whole cake. Really generously. I've done that before. I'm like, this doesn't look like a lot. Then you're just like, I have extra, which is nothing wrong with that. So because we're going to make the truffles with it, what we're going to do is we're going to put it into a flat pan like this. And the flat pan, we're going to have to chill it. So more surface area will just mean that it's going to chill quicker.
Gotcha.
Okay, so if you can hold that, and I will sort of scoop here.
Yeah. Still a little hot. So be
Yeah.
careful.
Good, and then I'll grab this from you and also scoop that out.
Yeah.
It smells amazing.
Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Delicious chocolatiness here. Trying to get as much as I can.
I know, right?
And then I'm just going to smooth it out. So that it's got some good surface area there, so that when we chill it, it won't take as long. It's going to chill for about 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Or longer.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. Yeah, and then we're just popping this in the fridge.
Great.
And we're going to lick off all of our utensils and bowls. Because that's
of course.
we get to be here and do that. So
No,
that's part of the game.
No, that's part
I'll
of the
get
game.
started on that while you put that in the refrigerator.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just going to lick some chocolate.
Yeah, get started on that. Yeah.
All right, so we are ready to make our truffles out of our sour cream chocolate ganache. We put it in the refrigerator. It's been there for about 2 hours now.
Yeah.
So minimum 2 hours. You really want it to firm up. You'll see it gets almost like fudge. So that's it. It's nice and thick and fudgy right now. The other things that we have around is that we have some cocoa powder to coat our truffles in, and then we have some little sprinkles, fun stuff. And again, you can do anything you want. You can do some coconut, you can do powdered sugar, you can do other fun sprinkles. You can do them just plain. You don't need to do any of that stuff. The other thing that we have that's kind of really important is actually to have just some wet paper towels kind of handy. I kind of use this trick because our hands are going to get so messy and so chocolated up that even before you like go to your sink to wash them, you want to have some of that off of your hands. Yeah. So just to really sort of like, keep yourself a little clean. So each have our own little wet paper towel there. And what you do basically is you're going to make little balls, and then we're going to roll them into little truffles in our hands. Okay. And it's you'll sort of start to feel it that it's very delicate, so it's going to start to sort of melt in our hands, and you're going to make little little tiny shapes that aren't quite ball like. Depends on how tricky you want to get with it. Oh, okay. Again, because your hands get so dirty, I like pre-roll a bunch of them. Pre-portion a bunch. You can use a tiny melon baller. I just kind of use a teaspoon and just basically take a little bit of it and make a little bit of like an amount that you're going to make into your truffle. Okay. That might be big, but we'll play with it. We'll have a big one. You just sort of like scoop out little bits. You use 2 spoons there. You see how thick and fudgy it is, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. And if it starts to get a little melty, or if your kitchen's hot, just throw it back in the refrigerator for a while. Also, if you're making some truffles and you're like, hey, I want ganache again because I want to pour some over some ice cream or whatever, you can just put it back in a double boiler. You can just put it back in. Nice. It'll sort of like go back and forth between this fudgy stage and the liquidy stage that it started at. That's great. All right, so we've got some sort of ready to go there. Perfect. We're making kind of little tiny delicate ones. All right. Now, hands on. Okay. Pick up a truffle. Great. And you just sort of like roll it into a little ball. And then once you get it like a little like ball shape, you just do it kind of quickly. Okay. You drop it into wherever you want to put it, right? Yeah, you can feel it, right? It already is I don't want to be in your hands. It's too cold. That one's actually not even going to roll. It's like a little disc. Let me add it to this one here. Roll, 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 roll. And you just keep trying this. There's no, I can't teach you any techniques whether to do it right or not. You roll, 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 and you make a ball out of it. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at exactly. And then I did put in our sprinkles and in our chocolate, I put just some forks in there because it helps to toss it around a little bit. Oh, sure. Yeah. And then we're going to like make them beautiful and put them on our little cute plate here. Yeah. Right, and that's the whole technique, right? It's nothing... So messy. It's so messy, and it's not difficult. It's just that. And then even before I'm going to... That's... Yep. So... Yeah. Again, don't see that on the Food Network. They don't show you gross chocolatey hands. I mean, you could lick your hands off, I suppose, because it's delicious. And then you just sort of like toss it around in the little topping. Yeah. Yeah. Right? And do the sprinkle one there when you get cleaned up and just toss it around. Sure. And then you lift it up carefully with the fork and just put it on a cute little plate there. Yeah. I'm getting some cocoa on the plate, but that's fine. Oh no. Start over. Start the whole process over. Oh no. I love sprinkles. You can get yourself to the stage where you're making perfectly round, like, spherical truffles, but people are going to eat these and they're not going to care that your truffles are little funny shaped. Absolutely not. Again, it's charming and it looks, that's sort of saying like, hey, we made it ourselves.
I mean, I think especially if it's a homemade truffle thing, you know.
So
Much
again,
like homemade.
there's our sour cream chocolate truffles. All right, so
All right.
you ready? You feel your hands are ready to dig in?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. It's still pretty messy.
Okay.
All right.
So we have quickly washed our hands. We are
Yes.
ready to consume. You ready?
Ready to consume. Yeah.
Go in.
Okay.
You're getting a sprinkle in.
I am.
That's it. Mm. We usually talk about how we're going to eat everything on the plate. We've only made a few, but they're so rich.
They're so rich. Oh my gosh.
So delicious. There's a little bit of tang of sour cream at the end, right? But
yeah.
it's not like,
Yeah.
which makes them unique and delicious, but it doesn't, but it's not like, I don't think it's overpowering. I think it just
No, I don't think
goes
so
with the dark chocolate so nicely.
It does. Oh. Those.
Yeah, you like it with the cocoa?
The cocoa powder. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
You barely get it in your mouth and it just melts on your tongue. It's just like you
does.
just got like this coating of chocolate creaminess just
Yeah.
covering your palate.
It's so good. So good.
So there you go. Sour cream chocolate ganache, sour cream chocolate truffles.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Big wow factor on these ones. People are gonna love you if you bring this. Yeah, you bring this
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
People are gonna think you're the most thing. Get them in the refrigerator back and forth as quickly as possible because they are so delicate. But yeah, you're everybody's best friend with these guys.
Yeah. Bring the truffle to the party. Yep.
So good.
So good.
Once again, I'm Andrew.
I'm Megan.
And this has been
Cooking Stage Left. So good. By the way, this is a
all touchy.
It's all touchy.
It's all right there. Okay. I'm just not going to touch that.
You will.
It's fine. It's good. It's good.
It's good.
New dates. New dates. We got this.
New day.